There is something in your life that you have been pretending is not there. You have been walking around it, designing your days around it, making choices that accommodate it instead of choices that address it. And it has been shaping your life in ways you do not even see anymore because you have gotten so used to working around it. It is just there, like a piece of furniture in a room that you have arranged your whole life around. You do not notice it anymore. You just live around it, but it is still there, and it is still affecting how you move, how much space you take up, how you sit in a room. It is still there. And tonight, I want to ask you to look at it, to really look at it, to stop walking around it and actually see it, to let it be in the room instead of just in the periphery, to finally acknowledge what has been there for so long that you stopped seeing it. That is what tonight is about. The thing you have been pretending is not there. The thing you have been avoiding. The thing that has been shaping everything while you have been pretending it does not exist.
What is the thing you have been avoiding? What is the conversation you have been not having? What is the decision you have been putting off? What is the truth you have been not telling? What is the part of your life that you have been managing instead of changing? What is the situation you have been tolerating instead of resolving? What is the feeling you have been suppressing instead of letting yourself feel? What is the want you have been denying instead of admitting? These are the things that shape us even when we pretend they are not there. These are the things that we work around instead of through, and the working around takes more energy than the working through would. The pretending something is not there takes more energy than acknowledging it is there, because you have to keep track of the pretending. You have to keep the story straight. You have to keep arranging your life so that the thing you are avoiding does not get touched, and that is exhausting. That is the kind of exhaustion that does not make sense, the kind that comes from the constant small effort of avoidance, the constant small effort of pretending, the constant small effort of working around the thing that is right there in the middle of everything. The thing is, the thing you are avoiding is not going to go away. That is the first thing to understand. The thing you are avoiding has not been going away. It has been right there, shaping your life, affecting your choices, making you smaller than you would be if you just acknowledged it. And it will continue to be there until you do something about it, until you address it, until you have the conversation, or make the decision, or tell the truth, or set the boundary, or change the situation, or whatever it is that needs to happen. The thing is not going to resolve itself by being ignored. Things do not resolve themselves by being ignored. They just keep being there. They just keep shaping you. They just keep taking up room in your life until you deal with them. And you have been not dealing with them. You have been avoiding. You have been working around. You have been pretending. And the pretending has been working for you in the short term because the thing has not blown up or demanded to be seen or forced its way into the conversation. But it has still been there. It has still been costing you. It has still been making your life smaller than it needs to be.
I want you to look at it now. I know you do not want to. I know looking at it feels like it might make it bigger, or more real, or more urgent. But that is not what happens. What happens when you look at it is that it becomes manageable. When you look at it directly, it becomes something you can see clearly, something you can make a plan about, something you can start to address. The avoidance makes it bigger. The avoidance gives it power. The avoidance keeps it in the shadows where it can be any shape you are afraid it might be. But when you turn the light on it, when you look at it directly, it becomes just a thing, just a situation, just a problem that can be solved. Maybe not easily, maybe not quickly, maybe not without some disruption or difficulty or discomfort, but it becomes something you can work on instead of something you are running from. That is what happens when you stop avoiding. The thing becomes a problem you can solve instead of a monster in the dark, and you have been living with the monster in the dark for so long. And the monster in the dark has been taking up more room than the monster actually takes, because that is what fear does. It makes the thing in the shadows bigger than the thing in the light, and you have been keeping it in the shadows by avoiding, by not looking, by pretending it is not there. So look at it now.
The thing you have been avoiding. The thing you have been working around. The thing you have been pretending is not there. Look at it. See it for what it is. See what it has been costing you. See how it has been limiting you. See how much energy you have been spending on the avoidance. And then ask yourself what it would take to address it. Not to solve it tonight, just to start. Just to turn the light on it. Just to stop pretending. That is where it starts. The addressing begins with the acknowledging. The acknowledging begins with the looking. So look. See. Stop walking around it. See what is actually there. And then you can start to figure out what to do about it. You have been living around this thing for so long, arranging your life around it, making it the center of everything by making everything else avoid it. And now you are tired. And now you do not have to be tired anymore. Because you can look. You can see. You can stop pretending.
Think about what it would feel like to finally address the thing. The relief of not having to avoid it anymore. The relief of not having to pretend it is not there. The relief of finally having it be in the room where it can be dealt with. You have been paying the cost of the avoidance for so long. You have been tired from the avoiding. You have been smaller because of the pretending. And you do not have to be anymore. You can stop. You can look. You can address. You can finally put your energy into something that is actually yours, instead of spending all your energy avoiding the thing that is pretending is not there. That is what tonight is about. The thing you have been pretending is not there. The thing that is making you tired. The thing that is making you small. Look at it. See it. Stop pretending.
And if you are afraid to look, that is okay. The fear is understandable. You have been avoiding for so long that the idea of stopping feels like it might bring the whole thing crashing down. But it will not. The thing has been there the whole time. It has not crashed anything down. It has just been there, waiting, being avoided, being worked around. And you have been paying the cost of that avoidance in your tiredness and your smallness and your pretending. The thing itself is not as dangerous as the avoidance has been. The avoidance has been the danger. The avoidance has been keeping you from living fully. The avoidance has been making you smaller. And tonight, you can choose something different. Tonight, you can choose to look instead of avoid, to see instead of pretend, to address instead of work around. That is the beginning of the end of the thing you have been pretending is not there. Good night. Look at it now. Rest now.